Okay, so I was looking at the Discord channel and somebody just posted this. This guy named Doji-san posted the retail traders at this brokerage firm. Well, the way I read this chart, for this is the 1 hour chart, how to play this market without using level 2, 3, 8, talking to your favorite banker, because it's just going to matter how big you're in these trades. If you accumulate a position with a 50 pip stop, to dump it, you're a position trader. Every 3 days that we get down to a certain range, you keep buying the new lows. You never dump. So if you accumulate it at the edge floor of a market, we see one bottom. We keep buying that support level. We build this, and we ride it and dump. That's a completely different lifestyle than buy, dump, buy, dump, buy, dump, or buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Those are two different lifestyles. Which one do you think you could execute the trade on without regard to this order flow shit? Because it's just nonsense. There's no trade plan in there. This guy that I'm this guy that's giving me a hard time who works at a firm, my question is, why doesn't he take and spend $100 a month for order flow data and go home and trade? Because he trades at a firm. He's a job. And he thinks that I don't know shit. I've been behind the scenes in a lot of businesses, and you wouldn't believe the dumbest shit's done in the world. They do the dumbest shit in the world. I don't think his firm's killing it. If he knew what he was doing, he'd be home trading privately. Maybe his wife owns the firm. Who knows? So, what can we do with this data we're getting from the U.S. or Canadian brokerage firm? This is the way I would just call this out in the most blockhead kind of goof-ass, dumbass, non-level 3 trading view is this. Do you have enough money in your account? If you like to sell high, I'm just presupposing this is how you make money, to start selling here. And sell. Do the math. All trades involve risk. You need to do the metrics. This order becomes break even and better at this point. What about what I just said is not true? Now, people would say, well, how could you add to a losing position? Because I could do the same trade here. So, I mean, it's too dumb. I get it. Nobody wants to hear it. Sell. Sell them, it's not filled. Sell them, they get filled later. But once we trap all the breakout guys that are trading the larger time frame breakout, we don't need level 2 for this shit, people. It's a scam. When does the top become... I watched the Sam Seidel thing, by the way. He's like, oh my God, like, who's buying here? Okay, another thing is, he's saying, I watched this. Okay, this is supply zone. Supply comes down to the demand level, which is the liquidity pool that lives below here. Do you really need level 2 for this? Look at this kickback. Price action trading, it really, if you had to put it, if you wrote scripts that built around price action, you would be so rich. Well, you'd be so, not rich, but you still got to get the sizing right. Once you can see when the vacuum's done being filled, you do not need level 2, 3, 5, 8 trading. This has been sold to you like candlesticks. Okay? Line charts are king. in my opinion, nothing tells you about, and then the guys, we don't use trend lines. It doesn't mean that a professional guy isn't reading the price in a different mode you are. Besides, there's people who read the ticker. There's people that keep books at giant firms. They roll over money. Execution doesn't happen for 5 days in the biggest firms. This idea that there is the retail guys and the guys that a company work trading. This is loser think, man. A retail trader can step in the market invisibly. If Citibank and whatever they do, LIBOR rate, rollovers, market maker bullshit, dude, they chase their own trade. They got to get in. They got to build a position. So you should build your position when they're building theirs. When the market goes into a flag, if you're gobbling up shit at the lower end during the formation of a flag, or are you going to range trade the creation of the flag? There's 2 choices in the world. Are you going to range trade, or are you going to accumulate and hold for the ride? I mean, I'm speaking if you're going to trade multiple tickets. You would naturally, when real estate crashes, not every house is on sale, but you're going to buy 100 houses. You got bids in on these guys. Okay, when they dip below, nobody's come in, and there's no more. The market's done. That's this. Is this really that hard to see on the chart? Granted, there are people that think it's going to just keep going to the moon, like trees grow to the sky. And I have to believe they thought that about this. But if you're a contrarian, which I am, I'm doing what the banks are doing. There's no magic here. You should think like a banker. I talk about this all the time. It's the bottom. It comes all the way back to the starting gate. Just place your... How do you know it's not going to keep going down? You don't know anything. Why would you care? Put a dollar stop amount in. Don't put a structure stop in. Put a dollar stop in. Structure stops are silly because they're going to grab it, stop, and then that's the entry. Structure stops are silly. That's the entry. Just pick a dollar amount. I got a 10 pip stop. This way you can figure out how much you're risking on the whole account. I'm running 50 pip stops today. Oh, okay. You expecting volatility? Are you swing trading? Yeah. I'm going to buy every 5 pips. I showed it last night. I showed you buying every fucking pip on a script that I ran. It comes out every 15 minutes, and it's an algorithm I wrote, okay, which is nothing more than a trade strategy turned into a computer fucking file. I guess I'm just so sick of this like loser mentality. This guy from this prop firm, whatever the fuck this guy's doing. Tops become bottoms and bottoms become tops. It's a supply demand zone. It's all the same thing. I'm saying, how much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make? Not pips, because the guy that made 5 pips on 40 standard lots made more money than you made on a 1K. You trying to make money or pips? Pips is bullshit. It's only one side of the equation. What's the trade now? Sell limit. This is going to be the same story every time. It's so dumb. I can't even mark it out. This, for some reason, this will not let me paint over here, but I think you can see what I'm saying. Sell limit. I'm referring to this side of the chart. This software will not let me paint the right side of the screen. You definitely have a sell limit here for a scalp. And scalp. A lot of this is scalps. You have to have a scalp out of the gate to pad your account so you can survive all this fucking drama. It's so obvious. Now, you could also make the argument, and I see people do this is a fundamental argument. The longs are 45% and more retail guys are short. If you're a contrarian, this is a buy signal. You're short. Oh my God. I don't even know what the stats are down here. I'll be curious to see at this last stop hunt level. You see that one little pip lower? Look at this entry. Look at the compression. Look at this. This is just so obvious that you would buy this pullback. And of course you can't backtest that because you have to backtest it based on a 20 pip stop. You can never survive this. I mean, it's just incredible. What's really unbelievable in these markets is that when we do get to here, look at this pounding. The scalpers buy this liquidity pool, ride it back up to here. Another trap. It's trap to trap, void to void trading. Look at this entry. Now this, do you have to be at a prop firm babysitting your fucking level 2 to get in here? According to this guy, you're going to get at the market here level 2. Dude, I could put buy limits here. I could have put a scalp in here and walked away. My exit's here. It's obvious. It's a bounce, a dead cat bounce, or it's a dead puppy bounce. Maybe I'm just being too simple. In price action, if you traded it with a trade plan, which these price action traders never talk about how to get the fuck in these markets. You don't have to be here for this trade. Your sell limits got filled. Take the risk. Put a stop here. Let them stop you out. You gonna keep trading? Is this your last trade you'll ever do? Who didn't gobble this shit up here in this vacuum? I don't know, man. It makes me sick. Some goober here telling me I'm making fun of level NOF trading because it's a fucking joke. They're chasing the market. They're late to the entries. Oh, I see a big orders in there. Ooh, the banks are buying. Look, it's going up. Dude, you missed the fucking entry. You didn't buy here, but you bought here. Well, look, I see a bunch of volume coming in. It's too late then. Your risk goes up. Even Sam Seidel says that. Too late then. Can't you see the stop hunt? Can't you see the fucking... And like another thing I said, say that you never go to sleep. I would say I would love a robot that would buy, every time the market's down, 20 pips in 1 hour, fucking buy at the market. Not a lot of fills, right? You need more than one script running that too. You need to buy a 40K at the market with different take profits and different stops. If the market's down 40 pips, buy 50K. If it's down 20 pips, buy 20K. Here's a simple rule. For every pip it's down, buy 1K. Every hour it's down. In an uptrend, or, if you can afford, like I said, you would not, if the market starts to quiet down, you're buying a 1K with an 8-pip stop. If the market goes to an 8-pip range, you buy an 8K with an 8-pip stop. Now, what you're going to say is, like, that is just insane. Now, you could do the same thing with the sell side. And maybe I should do that. But maybe, like I said, just think about it, how much money you'd make doing that. The harder it's down, the more you sell. Look how hard this is up. You sell huge here. You make it back. You sell huge. Well, they stop you out. No worries. You put a stop here. You have a stop here. You have a stop here. I see. You're not buying one ticket. You're not selling 100K in one ticket. You're selling 100K. You have a button you press. It only makes sense. I mean, how modern is this goober that's criticizing me telling you NOF is bullshit? The reason order flow is bullshit, straight out, does not tell you the size of the trade, doesn't tell you, it might tell you where to put your stop to get stopped out. It doesn't tell you what time frame you should trade, right? So if it works, why not take it to the 1 minute and just make $1 million? This is a bottom in closing prices. You can't see it because it's this candlestick stuff. This little slot here. So we breached that. We pulled back here. I would buy on this price level on a limit. I'd sell here in a limit and just walk away. Now, if I'm babysitting the market and I see the market going sideways for a little bit, okay, I'll buy some with tight stops at the market. Then I trade with tighter stops in a quiet market and wider stops in a louder market, a more volatile market. This is just trading 101. I think the problem is that people think there's some magic thing here. That, if I just knew what the retail guys are, and they're always wrong. So if retail traders are losing, I'm not saying that's, that could be your view. Retail traders are losing, therefore, i.e., this is the classic wisdom, that would mean that you would go the opposite way. And somehow you're more clever. Like I said, I know this angry trader out of Canada that's they own a gold mine. And, he's really young. And a lot of young people I know, not everybody, but very angry, kind of like resentful stuff. And so, you take that to the market here, and and all this noisy walk down here, and this is just all scattered stuff, and we're still, everybody's this is an exchange mode. Like these two dramatic moves. And, we're just kind of treading water now. But I don't know. It's sad that people think that there's some magic thing here in any regard. Look at this little stop hunt by 1 pip corresponding to this level. It just seems easier to me to just think about it in the most childish sense, with zero sophistication. And I ask myself always, when we get to here, I also like to say, how long do you think they can hammer this? There's a whole dumping. They bid it up, they trap these guys, they bid it down, they trap these guys. Dual traps. Moving averages. There's a guy here in the Discord trying to test the moving average crossover system with candlestick patterns. Don't even try. You're wasting your time. Been there, done that. He's trying to backtest it. Just forget it. Just come up with a trade plan for each. If you're going to trade candlesticks, and you could trade candlesticks, I would trade completely pure candlesticks and structure. You need a trade plan for a 8-pip doji. You need a trade plan for a 20-pip doji. You need a trade plan for a 20-pip hammer, a 22-pip hammer, a trade plan for a 13-pip. Anything with a small body. You're going to have, the wicks are going to determine the last known, if you're a scalper for breakouts of the last bar, the market's telling you, give me a tight stop, I'm very quiet now. Or accumulate me with tight stops. Let them stop you out. If you're trying to buy this on little mini pullbacks, and you're going, you know what? You got to have a scalp built in for that move. You got to pay for the risk of trading. You've got to have money available if it doesn't keep going up. Now, I'm sure a lot of trend traders bought this pullback thinking, oh yeah, top become a bottom, last known top. We just filled this vacuum. Buy here. Oh, look at it go, honey. I'm adding to it. We're going to buy a new car. Ruh-roh. So, and it didn't even come to here. It didn't even make it to this. Ruh-roh. The vacuum we left behind is too big. It needs filled. Fill, 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 fill. Or a vacuum. So think about this vacuum more than you think about where the price is now. I can't paint past that. This vacuum is huge. Come up into it, grab them, tank them. Here's a vacuum, grab them, tank them. Here's a big vacuum, nice scalp. This is order flow. See the order flowing up and down? Don't need numbers for that. I just don't get it, man. Why do people want to torture themselves with all that shit? And God knows what's going on down here. I would use this as you know what? Let's put a trade on. When these guys get close, let's put a non-directional trade on. This is just, right? Don't trade now unless you drop down to the 5-minute. Unless you drop down to the structures on the 15 and get in that order flow. There's a flow within the flow. There's turbulence. I mean, this order flow thing, like as if there's just one book. Just silly. I don't know if that helps.